A cemetery is not like other places. It's not a park, not a field. It's a space where everything stays still, where nothing moves except for the wind and the things people leave behind. People come here, but they don't really come here. They just pass through. They walk in, they look around, then they walk right back out again like nothing's really changed. But it does. I see it. It does, whether you see it or not. I used to think these places were meant to hold memories. As a child my parents would tell me. Like you can just stand over someone's grave and feel something for them. But all I really felt as a kid is how alone I was. The stones don't really remember anything. They just sit there, waiting for the next one. Waiting for me, possibly, I thought. And that's what we're all doing. We're just waiting for the wind to blow us away. We're just waiting our turn, and when it comes, no one remembers what we did or said. We're just another name carved in stone, a piece of dirt, a speck in a place that never moves. I was born where the sky never feels quite like it's yours, where the land just stretches out, endless, and nothing ever stays the same. I grew up thinking the world's something you can just walk through, something you can just look at from a distance, but the truth is, you really can't. You really can't know it until you're stuck in it. David and I met by accident, like most things when you don't have a map, just a gut feeling, and some gas in your tank. We were at a film festival, and he met me after seeing one of my films. It was quite nice. It's funny. I guess he wasn't looking for trouble, but trouble has a funny way of finding people. We started dating in April. People who call each other every night. It was great. And then every morning we'd call again. I'd be at the store and I'd call him, and he'd be in his room, sitting in his bed, laying there. We'd like to go to cemeteries too. Last Friday we went to a cemetery again like we did in the city. It made me kind of sad. I don't know why. Cemeteries are just kind of sad to me. All of them are. They're gray and they have no color, and everything's just dead. At cemeteries I've always wondered what it's like to never leave, to stay somewhere even after everyone forgets you. The world spins and the seasons change, but you're still here, like the earth can't forget the things it holds. Maybe it doesn't want to. Sometimes I think cemeteries are the only places where things are allowed to be still, where they don't have to hurry, don't have to be something else. Maybe that's all we want in the end. A place to rest, to be, to belong, even after everything else fades away. I guess that scares me, and that's why I was sad. How we're here to die, to live, to wait, and then die, and then to become all these things, strangers to ourselves, to the world, to the people that cared about us, and then for them to forget. Life is just sad in that way. Life is unfair. I knew that when I was a teenager, I knew it now. And that's how the world works. That's how it always will be. And then David had to work, leaving as I would be in my room reading magazines, looking at the clock, waiting by the hours and seconds like countries I couldn't name. Even still, I can't remember when it started. Maybe it's always been here. Maybe it's always been this way. You look around and everything is the same. Same road, same trees, same sky, and it stretches wide and empty, like there's nothing to fill it, not even clouds. You try to push it out, but the sound settles deeper. The stillness too. It gets inside you like the dust on your shoes and it just stays. You think something's coming, some change, some moment to pull you out of this, but it never does. It's like waiting for a storm that never comes, really. The world keeps spinning, but it's like you've missed it. You're here, but you're not really here. You try to feel something, anything, but all you can hear is the wind. All you can see is the distance, and it's all so far away now. Love is wild, love is untamed, a place where you step in and all you hear are the sounds of things you don't understand yet, whispers between the trees, the rustle of leaves, and the feeling of something or someone just out of reach. It's dangerous. It's beautiful too. You don't choose it, it chooses you. Love hurts. It's like standing in the middle of a room, surrounded by everything you thought you wanted, everything you thought you needed, and realizing it's just gone. Not in a dramatic way, no big fights, no shouting matches. It's quieter than that. It's the slow fade, the days that feel a little colder, the conversations, the way someone can sit next to you and yet you feel more alone than you ever have. But things were different now. There was a quiet clarity in the air. The light was softer, almost as if it was forgiving us for all the time we spent not noticing it. It was spilling in the corners of rooms we thought we had left behind, touching the edges of the walls and the creases of forgotten books. There was a kind of sweetness in the air, though, like the scent of rain after a long drought, or the unexpected pleasure of hearing a song that reminds you of something you never thought you'd feel again. Happiness returned slowly, like the fading light at the edge of a summer evening, where everything seems golden for a moment just before it slips away. Like the first petals of a flower in the early morning sun. It was so at first, a lightness in the chest, a new warmth to the air, like the earth after rain. And for so long, the weight of worry or sorrow held me down, and the world felt muted. But then time moved slowly, like a river running against its current. And then one day, I realized the heaviness had just lifted, and I was breathing a little easier. It didn't come in whispers. It came in the sound of a breeze sifting through the curtains, and the soft murmur of something forgotten but no less important. For so long we'd been living in a haze, David and I, unaware the days were bleeding into the other, one indistinguishable from the next, like just a blur of muted colors and unspoken words. It had felt like the world was holding its breath. But happiness was something you almost don't want to acknowledge, for fear of losing it again. Happiness is delicate. It's fragile too. But in its quiet, almost mournful way, it fills the spaces inside us, and the places we thought we had gone empty. It doesn't rush in, demanding to be felt. It simply is, and somehow, that's enough. But in the end, nothing changed.